At 6:30 PM, I'd like to call the meeting to order. Renee, can I please have the roll call?
Mr. Brewer? Here. Mr. McDaniel? Here. Ms. McCowan?
Here.
Mr. Parker?
Here.
Ms. Byrd?
Here.
Mr. McClure? Here. Mr. Griffith?
Here.
Ms. Kindle? Mr. Jablonski?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Our first item is the election of officers for 2024. Is there a nomination or a motion?
Can I just make the motion?
Yes.
I make the motion that we have Commissioner Byrd as chair, Commissioner Jablonski as vice chair, and Commissioner Parker as secretary.
And is there a second
Second.
and a vote?
You may vote. Everyone has voted, and the motion carried 8-0.
Moving to the consent docket, item number 2, consideration of acceptance, approval, acceptance, rejection, amendment, and/or postponement of the minutes of December 14th, 2023 regular Planning Commission meeting. And item number 3, short form plat, consideration of approval, acceptance, rejection, amendment, and/or postponement of SFP 2324-9, consideration of a short form plat submitted by OnQ RE LLC, SMC Consulting Engineers PC for lots 1 and 2, Block 1, Cedarwood Edition, Section 2 for property located at 2920 and 2910 Classen Boulevard. Does any member of the commission wish to remove an item from the consent docket?
I'd like to remove item 3, please.
Does any member of the audience wish to remove any item from the consent docket? Seeing none, I would take a motion to remove item 3 from the consent docket.
I move to remove item 3 from the consent docket.
Second.
And a vote?
You may vote.
As to the remaining items from our consent docket, which is item number 2, minutes, consideration of approval, acceptance, rejection, amendment, and/or postponement of the minutes of December 14th, 2023 regular Planning Commission meeting. Is there a motion for the remaining consent item, which is only item 2?
Move to approve. Second.
And a vote?
Okay, hold on, because... Wait a minute, okay. Okay, everyone has voted, and the motion to approve the minutes passed 8-0.
Thank you. Now moving to non-consent. And item number 3, consideration of approval, acceptance, rejection, amendment, and/or postponement of SFP 2324-9, consideration of a short form plat submitted by OnQ RE LLC, SMC Consulting Engineers PC for lots 1 and 2, Block 1, Cedarwood Edition, Section 2 for property located at 2920 and 2910 Classen Boulevard. Is there a staff presentation for this item?
Presentation since it was on the consent docket originally. But this is a short form plat for the parcel north of the OnQ down there on Highway 77. It's going to be split into 2 tracks. Since it's less than 3 acres, they were allowed to short form plat, and all the improvements are in. So there's going to be a Whataburger on the southern lot and an unknown facility on the north lot at this time.
Thank you. Are there any questions by commission for staff?
Yeah, I have a quick question. I was looking at this. It looks like there's a lot of concrete, so it looks like a lot of impervious surface. And what stood out, I know I sound like a broken record, but I'm going to do it anyways. I don't see any trees. And so just looking at this, I mean, are there going to be trees along the road between Highway 9 or Highway 77 and the property? Is there room for that, or do you know? Is it clear?
I don't know about the landscaping. Mo, he's with SMC, he can answer that question. But as far as the impervious area, when that parcel OnQ did it, they provided detention for those 2 lots already. So that has been figured in and already been provided.
Thank you.
I do believe our planner, Laura Hoggett, who is filling in for Jane Hudson today, may have some comments to add to that too. So I'm going to let her speak.
So there is a 10-foot landscape buffer along the street, and they'll have to plant trees within that
Great,
and around parking too.
thank you.
How many trees?
What was that, Commissioner? I think he said how many, I'll ask.
I'm sorry, I was thinking out loud. How many trees? I mean, designated in that area is like a couple, or is it gonna be?
It's one for every 40 feet,
Okay, thank
linear
you.
feet.
Thank you.
Any other questions for staff?
Okay, be careful.
Seeing none, did the applicant have a presentation? Thank you for being willing.
You're welcome. Good evening, Mohammed Khan with SMC Consulting, 815 West Main. Like it's your staff mentioned that we assumed this was on consent item, but there's a site development plan in the handout in front of you, also the short form plat what you have. So presentation would have been about the same item too. So this is a short form plat where we're establishing the lots. We'll follow up with the construction plans, landscape plans, and the landscape plans will comply with the city requirement. With the amount of parking, what you see here was already accommodated with the construction of those two detention pond, Pond A and Pond B there. So the site meets the historical condition requirement there. And there will be more information which will be submitted with a part of the building permit plans. So such as utility, fire hydrant coverage, and all other requirements there.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
We have a short meeting, so I don't feel too bad about doing it. Thank you. When I look at this, I think about summer and I see a lot of heat. And so I always wonder, are there ways to put trees so that in 15 years, you have a lot less heat gain on all this paved space? I mean, is that a hard thing to do with these parking lots, to position trees in there so that they can knock out the heat in summer?
Not at all. In fact, what you just mentioned, the concept called heat islands,
Yeah.
that applies to large areas. And as you see in the site development plan, what you have in your handouts, each parking ends at a landscape end cap island, and that's where you will have those trees to absorb any heat may generate by the parking lots. And then again, what your planning member said here, that you have a 10-foot landscape setback along the front there. So there will be plenty of landscaping will be provided with shrubs, trees, and everything there.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Any other questions of the applicant? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Are there any audience comments? Seeing none, Planning Commission discussion? Seeing none, I would take a motion.
Move to approve item 3.
Second?
And a vote?
You may vote. Everyone has voted 8-0.
Before moving to our next items, my understanding is since most of our remaining non-consent items are postponed, that we can read all and vote for postponement uniformly in one motion, unless any commissioners would like to make any discussion to do differently than that. That's how I'd like to read and present. Okay. Starting with item number 4, consideration of approval, acceptance, rejection, amendment, and/or postponement of resolution number R-2324-75. Shaz Investment Group LLC requests amendment of the Norman 2025 Land Use and Transportation Plan from low-density residential designation to commercial designation, 25.12 acres, and high-density residential designation, 14.82 acres for property generally located near the northeast corner of Indian Hills Road and 48th Avenue Northwest. Item number 5, consideration of approval of acceptance, rejection, amendment, and/or postponement of ordinance number O-232427. Shaz Investment Group LLC requests rezoning from PUD Planned Unit Development O-1011-43 to C2 General Commercial District, 25.12 acres, and RM6 Medium Density Apartment District, 14.82 acres for property generally located near the northeast corner of Indian Hills Road and 48th Avenue Northwest. Item number 6, consideration of approval, acceptance, rejection, and/or amendment and/or postponement of PP-2324-9. Consideration of a preliminary plat submitted by Shaz Development Group LLC, SMC Consulting Engineers PC, for Whispering Trails addition for 39.94 acres of property generally located at the northeast corner of Indian Hills Road and 48th Avenue Northwest. Item number 7, consideration of approval, acceptance, rejection, amendment, and/or postponement of resolution number R-2324-76. Highway 9 Jenkins M&J Investments LLC requests amendment of the Norman 2025 Land Use and Transportation Plan from future urban service area to current urban service area for 11.7286 acres of property, and from industrial designation to mixed-use designation for 56.54 acres of property generally located at the southeast corner of Highway 9 and Jenkins Avenue. Item number 8, consideration of approval, acceptance, rejection, amendment, and/or postponement of ordinance number O-2324-28. Highway 9 Jenkins M&J Investments LLC requests rezoning from I-1 Light Industrial District to PUD Planned Unit Development for 56.54 acres of property generally located at the southeast corner of Highway 9 and Jenkins Avenue. Item number 9, consideration of approval, acceptance, rejection, amendment, and/or postponement of PP-2324-10, consideration of a preliminary plat submitted by Highway 9 Jenkins M&J Investments LLC, Crafton Toll for Sooner Village, a planned unit development for 56.54 acres of property generally located at the southeast corner of Highway 9 and Jenkins Avenue. Item number 10, consideration of approval, acceptance, rejection, amendment, and/or postponement of ordinance number O-2324-35. University North Park LLC requests rezoning from PUD Planned Unit Development to PUD Planned Unit Development for approximately 90 acres of property generally located east of I-35 between Corporate Center Drive and Rock Creek Road. Item number 11, consideration of approval, acceptance, rejection, amendment, and/or postponement of PP-2324-12, consideration of a preliminary plat submitted by University North Park LLC for University North Park Entertainment District, a planned unit development for approximately 90 acres of property generally located east of I-35 between Corporate Center Drive and Rock Creek Road. Item number 12, consideration of approval, acceptance, rejection, amendment, and/or postponement of R-2324-104. Anthony Blatt, owner, on behalf of the owner, requests amendment of the Norman 2025 Land Use and Transportation Plan from low-density residential designation to office designation for approximately 4.05 acres of property generally located immediately north of 1700 North Porter Avenue. Item number 3, consideration of approval, acceptance, rejection, amendment, and/or postponement of O-232438. Anthony Blatt, on behalf of the owner, requests rezoning from the PUD Planned Unit Development O-2122-4 to SPUD Simple Plan Unit Development for approximately 4.05 acres of property generally located immediately north of 1700 North Porter Avenue. And item number 4, consideration of approval, acceptance, rejection, amendment, and/or postponement of PP-2324-13, consideration of a preliminary plat submitted by Anthony Blatt on behalf of the owner for approximately 4.05 acres of property generally located immediately north of 1700 North Porter Avenue. The applicants in all of these cases have requested postponement to the February 8th, 2024 Planning Commission meeting. Are there any discussion items or questions by commission for these items?
I have one. What's the distinction between rezoning from a PUD planned unit development to a PUD planned unit development on the same plot of land? Am I missing something?
It's a new PUD, so they're basically amending it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments by Planning Commission? Any audience comments? Seeing none, I would take a motion remembering the postponement to the date February 8th, 2024.
Move to postpone February 8th, all 14 items or 12 items.
And a second?
Second.
And a vote?
You may vote. Everyone has voted, and the motion to postpone carried 8-0.
Moving to miscellaneous discussion, does staff have any information for the commission?
So with our AIM comp plan update, we are starting our community meetings in February. So those dates will be released soon. We're going to have some in February, some in March. And our new questions about transportation are up on aimnorman.com. So if you guys want to go check those out or spread the word to help get more public input, that'd be great.
Thank you. Do the commissioners have any comments to make? Seeing none, if there's anything else to come before the commission, I would declare the meeting adjourned.
Indeed.
Was that our shortest?